Good morning and welcome to our quick morning update on the corruption in Nigeria. Today is the 20th day of the month of September 2024, and it's just coming up to 11 minutes past 5 a.m. Friday. It's not much time, so we only have just about 20 minutes to 30 minutes maximum on this transmission this morning. Well, I'm just going to be reading from the manifesto of our discussion. If we don't kill corruption, corruption will eventually kill every single one of us. So share the program and let us crack on in just about a few minutes. Once again, my name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. It is time we kill corruption before corruption will eventually kill every one of us. Corruption must not be allowed in any society because corruption is a disease that has impact on the lives of many people, and that's the reason why we're updating again this morning on the reason why corruption will not be tolerated in the future Yoruba country. Also remember to join us on the 12th of October 2024 as we'll be coming out to engage in our rally. Once again, a very good morning and welcome. Time to kill corruption before corruption will kill us. So in just 2 minutes, we'll be going live officially as all the platforms are getting ready to be connected to this discussion. Once again, a very good morning and welcome. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kágbéga, kágbéga, kágbéga falérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Like I said, I have just maximum 15 minutes to bring this update quickly as we continue the discussion on the manifesto that we have been talking about, which is week 17, corruption. If you do not kill corruption, corruption will eventually kill every single one of you. So let's crack on it quickly. Please share the program and invite others to do so as well. So I'm going to read it again, and then we're going to close the broadcast. Moki Bugwa, Boya Karo, Adekudaji, Akubi, Ojojo Sheri, Moki Bugbo Musulumi àti Christian, Moki Bugbawa, Oníṣẹ̀ṣe, Ajuwase, Lashedumare. Yoruba nation has come to stay. So what we are going to be reading is the good news under the discussion that we've done already, and we're just completing part of the week 17. Please share the program and invite others to do so as well. Very important. All right, let's go. The Good News, Paths to Prosperity, Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, by Professor Adebanji Akintoye. We shall kill corruption in our country. The most important reason why corruption has flourished so mightily, so bluntly, and so long in Nigeria is that Nigerians do not know what is happening in their government, do not know their right, do not have access, and commonly do not seek to have access to government information, even to information that the law makes open to all citizens. Public officials, elected and non-elected, are continually crooking up fraudulent government contracts as means of pulling out public money for sharing or diverting public money from its lawful path to path where it can be stolen and shared. It is common for top accounting officers, presidents, or governors to authorize their representatives to go to banks and cash out large amounts of money from the public account for the purpose of keeping the money for personal use or for gift to friends, supporters, and cronies. In Nigeria, any access by a public official to public money is an opportunity to build up a great personal wealth. An American who knew Nigeria very well made the famous statement that in other countries, public corruption means that some public officials steal some of the public money under their control, but that in Nigeria, public corruption often means that all public officials steal all of the public money under their control. From time to time, the billions of dollars earned by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and most of the enormous loans from abroad do not reach the public account in Nigeria's central bank. An international agency estimated that Nigerian leaders stole $25 trillion from the Nigerian treasury between 1960 and 2000. A senior British official is credited with the statement that if all the money being stolen from the Nigerian treasury were stolen from the British treasury, the British economy would collapse. A Nigerian accountant general, a very senior federal official, was recently alleged to have stolen 190 billion naira from the Nigerian treasury. Since large numbers of our own Yoruba elite have embedded the culture of public corruption in Nigeria, we have to resolve in our new country not merely to fight a war against public corruption, but to crush it quickly and definitively. This will call to the various strategies operating together. First, public service rules will be made to establish absolutely the process of official handling of public money and the penalties for diverting from the rules. Secondly, laws will be made prescribing draconic penalties for even the smallest incident of public corruption. Under these laws, some kinds of act of public corruption will earn a life sentence or even a death penalty. Thirdly, government will establish a powerful and sustained public enlightenment campaign about all aspects of corruptions, the destructive power of corruption, the new initiative for the total crushing and elimination of corruption in our country, and the benefit to our country and all our citizens, total elimination of corruption. Fourthly, laws will be made to empower citizens under carefully stated qualifications to receive license for establishing watchdog agencies that watch upon aspects of government activities with legal right to alert the public and the government about any suspected wrongdoing. These laws will also provide legal protection and some material reward for citizens who tell tale on public officials that do wrong. Fifthly, the government will popularize the fact that they are documents of government that ordinary members of the public have a right to have access to if they so desire. This means that if any member of the public comes to ask to see a document that they are legally entitled to see, the public officials shall help him to see it. At the bottom of these, that there shall be created a demarcation between documents that are open to the public and documents that are closed to the public. Finally, laws will be made that will demand that all meetings of government and government agency at all levels of government shall be held in full view of the public, with the exemption of necessarily confidential meetings like interviews or personal for jobs or contracts. Holding meetings in full public views means that notice of meetings shall be posted in a public place, such as notice boards in the department or notice boards in a wider public place or in the local media. And that members of the public may come into the meeting to observe. It also means members of a government agency may not go and hold any of its meetings in a accessible to members of the public or in some private place, homes or office or hotel or restaurant, if some or members, a government agency, get together at a party celebration and take a decision of their agency there, they will be guilty of breaking the law. A state in the United States of America made this kind of law, and the people of the state gave it the name Government in the Sunshine Law, or the law of the government in the open sunshine. Members of the local government council in that state privately got together and took a decision of their local government council during a member's birthday party at the member's home. Someone alerted the police, and the council were arrested and charged with breaking the law. The principle behind all this is that power and government belong to the people, and the people should know and must not be prevented from knowing what is happening in their government. That is the kind of character that our country would have. The good news, Path to Prosperity in our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yoruba by Professor Adebanji Akintoye. So that's how far we can go this morning, is just to again highlight the importance of corruption in a society that allow corruption to go for so long. Those corruption will kill you. Those corruption will not give you access to the basic things of life. You will struggle to make things out of that country. Nigeria is a corrupt country, and it will remain so if we all desire to live in this contraction known as Nigeria. It is high time that the Yorubas wake up and allow the dissolution and the disintegration of this contraction that was created by the British government in 1914 under Lugard as the governor administrator. God did not create Nigeria. Nigeria was created by a human being, and human beings have every right to break that country as they wish to so be. We are indigenous people. We are not one. We've always told you that. We remain different people, but we are human beings that would love to live as neighbors. The United Kingdom left the Union of Great Britain and the European Union in 2016. No bullet was shot. The British citizens decided whether they want to remain one under the EU or not. They were given the referendum to do so, and they were able to exit that union in 2016. It is high time that the Nigerian government allow the indigenous people to decide whether they want to stay together or not. You cannot force people that doesn't want to be together. It will create a lot of problem. And this is the reason why we again continue to engage and tell the international community, for the purpose of peace, that Nigeria should be allowed to dissolve without going through the same situation like Yugoslavia. Soviet Union breakaway, the world did not come to an end. Nigeria will finally dissolve. Everybody will go back to their tentacle. But the politician doesn't want out because they are very corrupt. They are criminals. You can name them: Yaya Bello, Fayoshe, Fayemi, and the rest of them. All these individuals and many such do not want the breakup of Nigeria. They are all criminals. They know that the breakup of Nigeria means that we can hold them accountable as people that they are governing. But right now, none of your politicians will allow you the room to engage. You will not get the right to freedom of information in Nigeria. Information will continue to be kept. And that is why Ogun State former governors were able to sold the state to a Chinese firm that ended up becoming a mess, that the presidential jet were all seized around the world. Once again, for the benefit of peace, Yoruba people, corruption will kill you in Nigeria should we continue to be in Nigeria. Let me say this again. There is no amount of your effort to fix Nigeria. Nigeria cannot be fixed. The foundation was faulty. The amalgamation under the British was a fraud. And it is high time that we now say enough is enough. The Yoruba, the Biafra, the Arewa all should go differently. That would not mean that we cannot engage and we cannot have cordial relationship as countries. In the United Kingdom, we have multiple countries. We have the England, we have Wales, we also have what we call Northern Republic. We also have, Scotland. Each one of them have their own different ways of operating. Let me give you just some of the headline before we close the broadcast in 2 minutes. 2023 corruption perception, explore the result. Some of the countries. Nigeria raised 5 places in 2023 corruption perception index. This is coming from the Punch newspaper. You can verify on the 30th of January 2024. And just to read quickly, Nigeria has now ranked 145 out of 180 countries in the world that scored 25 out of 100 points in recently launched 2023 Corruption Perception Index, published by the Transparency International Nigeria. This representative is a rise of 5 places above its previous ranking in 2022, where Nigeria was placed at 150 out of 180 countries and scored 24 out of 100 points. The CPI score indicates the perceived level of public sector corruption on a scale of 0, representing highly corrupt, to 100, representing least corrupt perception. Nigeria had its lowest CPI score in 1996, scoring 6.90, and it is highest level being 28 in 2016. In the first year of President Muhammadu Buhari administration, speaking during the official launch of the CPI in Abuja on Tuesday, the Executive Director of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Ibrahim Musa Rasajani, said the scores show that Nigeria still had a lot of work to do at the national and regional level, noting that the country's score was below the sub-Saharan African average of 33 points. The index reveals that Nigeria scored 25 out of 100 points in 2023. That's all I can give this morning. Have a very good morning and enjoy the rest of the day. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Bye for now.